At the edge of the village, beyond the last footpath where no one dared to go after sunset, lay a forest the elders warned about. They called it the Evil Forest, a place where shadows breathed and trees remembered the sins of men. One evening, as twilight bled into night, Tayòr stepped into that forest. He was young, curious, and restless. Adventure called to him louder than fear. Mist curled around his legs as he walked deeper, and strange lights flickered between the twisted trees. Sometimes he heard animals whisper his name, but whenever he turned, there was nothing. Then he saw it, a golden ring, half buried in moss at the base of an ancient tree, glowing faintly like a living heart. As Tayòr reached for it, the forest went silent. The ring pulsed once, twice, and a soft voice crept into his mind. "Take me, and I will give you everything." His hand trembled, but desire overcame caution. The moment he lifted the ring, a warm glow wrapped around his fingers, and the forest exhaled as if it had been waiting. The strange adventure Tayòr wandered deeper into the forest, and the world around him grew unnatural. Mushrooms floated in the air, glowing softly like lanterns. Trees bent and twisted, their bark forming faces that seemed to watch his every move. Dark pools reflected visions, not of his present, but of a future filled with gold, power, and admiration. Shadowy creatures with glowing eyes followed him from a distance, never attacking, only observing. The ring whispered constantly now, "You are chosen." At the heart of the forest, Tayòr found something impossible, a large clay pot, untouched by time, resting on bare earth. It shimmered faintly as though expecting him. "Dip your hands," the voice said. "Take what you deserve." Hesitant, Tayòr dipped his hands into the pot while wearing the ring. When he pulled them out, gold coins spilled from his palms. He gasped, then laughed, then dipped again. Jewels, silver, endless wealth. The forest seemed to celebrate, leaves rustling, lights dancing. Tayòr did not notice that with every dip, the ring glowed brighter, and his reflection in the water grew older. Days passed. Tayòr returned again and again, filling his pockets, his bags, his dreams with treasure. But something was changing. His hair began to gray. Fine lines etched themselves into his face. His hands trembled slightly. Each time he dipped his hands into the pot, his body aged, but his wealth multiplied. The ring whispered again, "The more you take, the more I take of you." Tayòr ignored it. Back in the village, people marveled at his riches. Gold covered his table, jewels weighed down his clothes, but whispers followed him wherever he went. Why does he look so old? He was young just weeks ago. Something is wrong. Tayòr's back hunched. His face grew lined. His eyes, once bright, became hollow. At night, shadows crept across his walls. In his dreams, the forest watched him. Still, he kept using the ring. One morning, Tayòr awoke and saw his reflection clearly. He looked like an old man. Panicked, he tried to remove the ring. It would not move. He pulled harder. His fingers bled. The ring pulsed violently, glowing like a beating heart. Every day after that, he aged faster. Villagers avoided him. Children fled at the sight of him. Shadows whispered his name as he walked. Desperate, Tayòr returned to the forest, begging for mercy, but the paths shifted. Trees blocked his way. The pot sat empty now, lifeless, yet the ring burned harder than ever. "Your greed belongs to me," it whispered. He tried to climb a rocky cliff, hoping to escape, but the weight of his gold dragged him down. The forest watched in silence. At last, deep within the forest, Tayòr collapsed. His body was frail, his face ancient. The ring still clung to his finger, glowing faintly. Mist rose around him. The forest grew quiet. By morning, villagers found him there, an old man surrounded by treasure, breathless and still. They buried him in a clearing far from their homes. As they left, moonlight glinted on something beneath the soil.